Once again, welcome to the Brown Spade Podcast Show. And so this is God Talk number 15. God Talk number 15. Before we start the show, man, we jumped on them. I was Red Sox jumped on them Yankees a couple of days ago, right? About a week ago. I didn't even call you. Even though we ain't gonna go nowhere. Let me say that. The Red Sox ain't going nowhere. Let me say that. But yeah, we jumped on them Yankees head.
Yeah, this series, but you
2 out of 3.
You see what happened the first series we played, y'all?
No, I didn't see it, but okay.
Go back. We swept y'all, but go ahead, go back and watch.
Okay, so I just wanted to let you know. I didn't want to.
It needs to happen because it needs to be a wake up call for the Yankees. If they talking about doing anything this year, yeah, they have to lose. They need to. It needs to be a wake up call.
They ain't gonna do nothing. My prediction will be to win it all. Well, of course, it's not the Red Sox. The Red Sox, they're not a factor this year. And I keep it real. But I think it's going to be either the Braves going to repeat, or
you think? I don't think the Braves going to be able to get past the Mets.
Let me say what I'm about to say. I say what I'm thinking. Okay. Of course, you would say that. Yeah, they will get past the New York Mets. They will get past the Mets. My prediction is the Braves or the Dodgers is going to win it all. I'm a realist. I'm a realist. Listen to me. Listen to me.
The Dodgers.
The Mets are not going to win the World Series.
I didn't say win the World Series. I said they got to get past. I didn't say win. I said they got to get past.
They shall, and they will.
Yes, sir.
All right. We're about to find out. All right. This is Brown Spade. And we do on Sundays, we do God Talk, and this is God Talk number 15. And the main topic of the day is pronouns. Let's go. Okay, I see we got brother Jeremy White in the building, and he said the Braves, let me go ahead and put that up here. The Braves can't get past the Mets. Is brother Cleve drinking this? No, he said the Braves can't get past the Mets. Yes, brother Cleve is drinking this morning. Hey man, I don't know. He must have had something, man. He must have had one of them.
Listen, I said they have to get past. I didn't say they couldn't. I said they have to.
Right. But basically what he's saying, they will get there.
Listen, I like the Braves. That might be the only Atlanta team that I watch or I rock with. I like the Braves. Right. But I will say this. In the National League, they got some studs, man. If you make it to the World Series, you should win. Anybody that comes out the National League this year should win. Because they got some stud teams they got to get through.
Yeah.
American League is struggling right now. It really is.
Yeah. I definitely agree.
Yeah.
All right, man. So well, where do we begin? Well, first before we get to the pronoun thing. I know you saw this thing with George Foreman.
No.
Okay. No. All right, I got my boy. Don't sleep on Bobby. That's my boy Javania Newsom. What's up, my brother? Thanks for coming in, man. We appreciate you. We appreciate your support. Yeah, my buddy Javania, man, he doing his thing. He had what's the Mexican ball Old National? Type it in there, Javania. I'm just trying to give you a shout out, brother. What's the name of that Mexican restaurant, Clay? On Old National.
Sure. I'm trying to remember.
Javania, what's the name of the restaurant that you do your podcast out of? I'm trying to give you a shout out, brother. Don't sleep on Bobby. That's his podcast. All right, I forget the name of the Mexican restaurant. It's right there off the highway. You know what I'm
Yeah,
talking about.
I don't know. I can't think
Yeah,
of it.
I just can't think of the name. Yeah, Casamel. Casamel, that's it.
Either.
Casamel. All right, appreciate that, brother Jermaine. Appreciate it, brother. Yeah, man, and we got to get you on the show too, man. So just get at me, get at me. Yeah. All right. Yeah, we got you, brother. We got you, Casamel. Got you. Yeah. So anyway, these ladies are filed. They have filed a lawsuit on George Foreman. They saying that he um, allegedly molested them. Now, these ladies, they're in their 60s right now. George Foreman is 73 years old. They saying that he took advantage of them when they were young in their teens or whatever, something of that nature, somewhere in California. Anyway, they filed charges. Again, I don't know. Again, this is all allegations. Let me say that first and foremost. But let me say this. It sounds like a trending thing, in my opinion. People who have had uh, consensual sex with celebrities and they're hard on their luck right now, or they're short on their pockets. It seems as though that they are looking for the big score. I think it's crazy that something happened to somebody, anybody, male or female. If it happened to you, and I'm not saying that it didn't or did, but I do think I think it's strange for a person to wait 40 and 50 years to talk about it. I mean, to try to do like lawsuits or whatever. I mean, how can you prove that? How can you go dig that far back, and how can you do anything? We talking about these ladies in their 60s. So we're talking about grandparents, possibly great grandparents. They done moved on with their lives. They got married, divorced, several kids, several grandkids, possibly several great grandkids. I don't know, man. And to me, this is just my opinion. This is part of the feminist movement. This is a part of the Me Too, and it's been really running amok in today's society.
So they suing for you said they have a lawsuit up.
Yes, they have a lawsuit allegations
So
on
so
it.
my thing is, I'm not saying it didn't happen,
Right,
and I'm not saying that justice should be served. My question is, why is it a number on you forgiving him? Why is it a price number on you, you know, um, you know, turning the other cheek or looking the other way? Because if anything, the price I would want is for him to go to jail. I don't even want the money. I want
right,
him to go to jail.
right. And but my point that I'm making is, Brother Cleve, is why wait so long? If anybody been violated, male or female, okay, why would I wait to press charge? If somebody did something to me, I need to, and the way I'm thinking, I need to go ahead. If I'm go ahead and file these charges or whatever, I'm about to go handle this right now. I'm not going to wait 20, 40, 50 years and wait till you become famous and go, yeah, you remember that? That's how I'm looking at it.
Let's play. You know how I do. Let's play the other side of the coin.
Let's do it.
Different people get triggered by different things. So let's say
Facts. Facts.
let's say that he did this 30, 40, 50 years ago, right? This person, you know, been traumatized for a while, but they didn't know how to do with it. So in their 60, they decide to go to counseling. Now they go into counseling, and now through their counseling, they starting to understand how to deal with, what's going on with them.
Right.
And plus now they seeing this person on television, so is clicking it every time they see this person. It's clicking in their head. They like, oh my god, like I keep seeing this person. I keep seeing this person. Like, oh my god. So now they wanna, they have the courage to do it, right? To
Right.
come out.
Right.
And this could happen. I'm not saying would happen, but this could happen.
Right.
My thing is, I would want to know what step you got to get to this point. Like, what did you go to counseling? Did you have a epiphany? Like, what happened to get you to this point where you like, okay, now I want to come out and speak out. That's one. And two, what are you trying to get accomplished doing this? What are you trying to get what are you trying to get accomplished doing this?
Let me know when you finish, Brother Clay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
But no, I just was saying, like, it's anything can, I don't think there's a time limit on when a person should heal or when a person should, to come out. But I will say this: when you do this, you gotta be willing to go to full throttle, because you about to change a lot of people's lives, not just his life, his wife's life, if he's married, his kids' life, if he got kids, his family, his household. Like, you about to change, y'all. You about to change, make a big change in this man's life, if it's true.
Okay. Now hear me out. Hear me out. And see, I agree with Jeremy. That's why I was waiting for you to finish. He been on TV. He's been popular. He's been popular since what? The damn 60s. So if this happened then, you had the 60s. Think about this. And I'm not putting a timeline on anything either. You had the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, 2000, and here we are, 2000. So you waited 50 plus years. Now, again, I'm not saying he's innocent or guilty, but I do see a trend. I got.
Oh yeah, I see it too.
I see a trend. So why is it now that a person say? Because see, here's my belief right here, right? If I'm with Jeremy 1,000% on this, I'm with you, brother. If it wasn't about money, well, let's say if this was a regular Joe or a regular George, let me put it that way. If this was a regular George and that took place and 50 years later, and he just a regular guy going about his way, and it did happen, allegedly, let's say it did happen, would they be coming after him, the average poor man?
No, I mean, that was the first thing I said, Daniel. I said, remember, I said, but before we even started, before I even started what I said, when they add a dollar sign to it,
right?
That's when I question it, because it's like I be quiet, I turn the other cheek if you give me this. Like, money will make it better. No, if anything, you will want justice served. But I mean, it's no time limit on a person to when they come to have that.
I totally agree. I totally agree.
So I get the whole, I want to sue for $10 million, and then everybody looking at you like, man, what are you talking about? But everybody's not a victim. I get that, but we do have some that out there who are, and who don't, they don't come right then and there to the facts of dealing with it,
But in cases like this, and again, I'm just piggybacking off Jeremy, and it's all based on money. How can a person go back? I mean, go back there. You can't even find evidence on some shit, some crap like this.
Yeah, I know. It's nothing. There's no way you can prove that.
Right. Now, only thing you doing now, you putting a
stain. Some way you can prove it. It's some way you can prove it, but good luck.
But see, here's the part. Here's the part where what I don't like. I don't like the fact that we live in a society, and this and again, I am I do believe in a person having their rights. I do believe in a person have their own long time. They can grieve the way they want to grieve. I understand people grieve differently. Let me say that. But I will say we living in a time where lately, a woman could make allegations toward a person, and they don't necessarily have to be true. And society jump on the bandwagon and roll with it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's what needs to happen. It's me talking. It's my opinion. They need to change. They need to have a law in place. If a person file false charges and they found to be false, they go through the process of found to be false charges. See, this eliminate all the BS. Then you go to jail for filing false charges, because you know how many men have got, athletes especially, have got false charges only because that woman got mad at them because they had money and they cheated on them or whatever. She just flat out just went left on the guy because she smelled blood or she wanted money. She's looking for that settlement. She's looking for that payday. But once when they done doing this, the guy, even if he's found innocent, they never come back. I never seen somebody come back and make the same way they made a public allegation. They need to make a public apology. Not only that, they go to jail if they trying to go for money. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's ways that you can also get that person in court as well. It's just most men, they just want to get on because it drains them so much to what they've been through that they just want to see this just go away. So they walk away from even because you can sue anybody for anything.
I mean, that is true, but my point
for anything, but most cases men don't want to. They just want it to go away and keep it moving.
But it leaves a stain on. It leaves a stain on the person.
It does.
Even if they're found innocent. Now, the person who's guilty, okay, that's different. But I'm saying for the ones who are found innocent, or there was not enough evidence or whatever to prove that these allegations, then that person stained for the rest of their life. That's the downfall of a man in that position. That's all I'm saying. And again,
I get it. I'm not saying. I just wanted to add a little twist.
No, we have to show both sides, and I'm glad you went that way, and I went that way because we wanted to show both sides. I mean, I understand exactly what you did. Yeah, that's cool. All right, so we're about to go forward. All right, so we're going into these things with these pronouns. We're going into these things with the pronouns. And so speaking of pronouns, your boy Dwayne Wade. Did you hear about him?
Yeah, I sent it to you about his son changing the name.
No. This recently.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let me say this. When you sent me about the name thing, that wasn't in motion. That was just something that wasn't confirmed yet. So now, the 40-year-old, he made a petition in Los Angeles court of his 15-year-old son. His name is Zion Malachi Aramis Wade, and now he want to be called Zaya Malachi Aramis Wade, according to the documents. All right. She would be also the female of a legal documents moving forward. So Wade notified the court that he has full authority and he has filed a petition of the consent. And he is given, let's see here, of his sexuality as a woman. So he's going back. How can a person do that? I don't understand that. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. I mean, I'm trying to. How can a person do that?
Daniel, it's not meant for you to understand.
No. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about how can a parent for a person who is biologically male or female, but in this case, he's a biological male, how can his parent go back and file papers saying that
he was born
he's
a
no
girl.
longer a male? Huh?
That he
Yeah,
wasn't born. Oh, listen,
yeah.
I don't. Hey, that I don't know, but I will say this.
They said she will also be a female in all legal documents moving forwards, per the request.
Hey, that's something that him and his household will have to deal with because, to be honest with you, it don't matter to me if he changed him into a cat. He could say he a cat. It doesn't mean I'm gonna identify him as a cat.
I mean, but here's okay. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying it's. I think attention. People want attention so bad that they will do any and everything to get it. I mean, this what all this comes down to. Listen, the human body is so beautiful as far as the things that our body can do, from every cell, every tissue, from just how the blood flows through our veins. So I don't care if you want to call yourself a cat. I don't care if you want to call yourself a bird. I don't care what you want to call yourself. You're gonna once die. You're gonna die. So depending on what you leave here when you're gone, to me that's all that matters. I don't. But you can't force me to identify with what you want me to call you. You just can't force me. You just can't.
Okay.
But
Let me know when you finish.
go ahead. I'm done. I'm
Okay,
done.
so and again, it says Dwayne Wade filed a request legally changed for trans daughter name and gender. But anyway, it I don't I it doesn't affect me anyway. Let me say that it doesn't affect me, but it does affect society when we talk about protecting the woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we have had shows when these transgender, and this is not an attack against transgenders. This is just saying if you're biologically a man, you have your muscles are bigger, stronger, and if you competing, you're going to win. So so my point that I'm making, that's how it affects us in the society, not just in the sports world, but also anywhere else. So now you get mad at people for acknowledging you for what you biologically are. You're trying to force somebody to call you something that you want to be called. Now, again, it doesn't affect me either way, here or there. It doesn't. But it does has an effect on our society.
Mm-hmm.
So before we get started, I'm going to share this quick story with you. Well, and then I'm gonna come back. Well, we both gonna come back. So just hold tight, Cleve. Hold tight. Hold tight. All right, check this one out, bro. Check this one out. This is bananas.
Two female inmates are pregnant after they had sex with another inmate at the Edna Mahan Correctional Facility for Women in Clinton. That's the Department of Corrections. Last year, Edna Mahan began housing transgender inmates who identify as female. That's after a lawsuit filed by a trans woman who was forced to live in men's prisons. The DOC would not provide details on what actions they took in response to the pregnancies, but says they're taking measures to ensure the health and the safety of all inmates there.
Okay. So you see what we did? When I say we, I'm talking about as a society. We have opened up a can of worms.
One last thing about that.
Hold on.
People claiming to be Aboriginal and just supposed to.
Yeah. So we have opened up a can of worms. So now, depending on your state, if a person said they're a woman and they feel uncomfortable in a man's prison, they already violate the law for whatever reason. They in prison. So this transgender went to a female prison site and got 2 females pregnant. Do you see that? And then they get mad when they was talking about, a few years ago when everybody was all in uproar about this 3rd bathroom type of thing. I mean, dude, where are we going with this? Where are we going with this?
Well, I put it like this. You don't have to worry about no woman being in a man's jail. I promise you that.
Right. They're not gonna exactly. They're not gonna do that. They're not gonna throw those lesbians in a man's jail, are they?
No, buddy, I don't care because look, one thing about a man, they don't care what you identify as. If they locked up in jail, Look, they don't care. If they locked up in jail, they don't care what you identify as. Guess what?
Man, it's crazy. It's insane. And again, this is not an attack because again, and now back to the Dwayne Wade thing. Now, this is not an attack on Dwayne Wade. But here's what I have a problem with. Again, it's not even a problem. I just disagree. Let me put it that way. I think it's unfair. That I'm not telling any parent to be supportive. Be supportive of your child 100%. But I will say this. I think it's unfair and unjust to that child. Let that child become an adult of legal age and let them then decide to do the name changing. Then decide to, if they want to wear a dress, whatever the case may freaking be. But I think when you do this and start pushing them toward this earlier, I just, because again, because I asked myself if it was me, I would say the same thing. I would tell my child, I would say, look, son, I know you feel different. You may be different and everything like that, but you need to wait until you're an adult before you start making adult decisions. That's all I'm saying.
Because as a child wants to.
A mind changes.
Listen, they don't even want to be a person. A child want to be a frog, a cat, a kite, airplane. Like you're allowing a child to make a decision that will affect their life, for the rest of their life. So as a parent, you can't let a child make that type of decision. And that's one of the issues that I do have with the whole thing. Like, you letting a child make a decision.
Yeah. And that's all I'm saying. Love your child, support your child, but you tell your child as the father of that house or the mother of that house, hey baby, I love you. I understand that you thinking you're different and everything. I love you. But I think it's important that you wait till your adulthood and make your decisions, and those decisions that you make as an adult, you live with it. Because guess what? Now, if this man go through the surgery and get that thing chopped off, and then when he wake up at 21, say, oh boy, I sure love female. Now what? You see what I'm saying? So it's a sad situation. And it's almost like they have made his son the poster child of this, and they're pushing this. So now what happens if the little boy say, now, Dad, since I make this decision, hell, I go out here and have sex with other transgender men or whatever the case. I don't know about the transgender, whatever the case. You see what I'm saying, Cleve? Now I say, well, if I'm able enough to make this decision, then if I make an adult, so now you ruling out all this. Now here come the pedophilia coming in. Now you see where I'm going?
Yeah, and see that's another thing.
Right.
That's another thing. You
right.
If you letting the child make that decision, are you gonna let a child? Because that's an adult decision you allow him to make, right?
Yeah, sure is. Yeah.
So now, if he come and say, "Hey, Dad, I like an adult that's 22, 23 years old,"
right.
Then that's when you're gonna put your foot down? No, you gotta let it fly, because you allow this child to make a decision like that, adult decision. So you gotta let it fly. You gotta let it fly. What can you?
what else can you say? You don't open up the floodgate now.
Yeah. What can you say?
Right. And so this is what gets me with when I hear women, particularly women in our community, talking about they're not protected. Also, here's the flip side to the coin, and this is nothing geared toward Dwayne Wade's son, but I'm just saying in general. You guys have to speak out on stuff like this. There's no way a man should call himself you and he's not you. And this is not an attack. Just because he wants to wear female attire, that doesn't make him a woman from a biological point of view. From a biological point of view, this is not an attack. But because that's why I say, when they say, oh, you're not protecting the woman. So we just proved that. They done sent this man to prison, and y'all agree with it because everybody standoffish when it comes to this subject. And some states just say, hey, just put him over there. And you see what happened? He got two other females prisoners pregnant. So how can you ask for protection when you got to stand up and say, hold on, well, we're not the same. You can't sit up here and stand shoulder to shoulder and say you're the same. So you got to speak up on that. You have to. It's against the law for a person to put on a cop uniform. It is against the law. Impersonating the cop is against the law. You go to jail. This is my opinion. I'm not saying you should go to jail, but I think it should be against the law for a man to dress like a woman out in public. Just my opinion. But we live in the United States. Anything goes, I guess. But how can you protect? My point that I'm making is, how can you protect the woman when you allow biological men dressed like women, going into prison sites, playing women's sports? They just all in their space and nobody's saying nothing, no one standing up. And my whole thing of it, again, this is not an attack. If you're a transgender person, you want to play sports, start a transgender league. They got a man league, they got a woman league. Start your transgender league. Simple. Me and Cleve also went a few, maybe last year. We did the one with the UFC guy. Beat this woman down, dragging this woman all over the floor because he identified himself as a woman fighting UFC, and it was an uneven fight. It was brutal.
He had about 4 or 5 fights where he crushed a woman's skull. He crushed women's skulls.
It's brutal.
Yeah, it's brutal.
And because of the LGBT community, because all of them, they really different groups are formed together. Because of that group, everybody stand off to the subject, but they know that it's morally is wrong. Biologically is wrong. And if that's what you want to do and you're adult, fine. You live in America. But if you have any love for society, if you have any love for woman, then come on, y'all. We got to do what's morally right.
Yeah, because I get you, Dan. You got to protect women. Talk about protecting them, and once you allow that that thing that Dwayne Wade is trying to do.
Yeah.
Now, it, because it's going to be a domino effect. Now you're going to have men who wanting to say, listen, I should be able to, go in the women's bathroom. I should be able to
Please don't be surprised. They're already doing it. Don't be surprised.
Walk around in the
don't
gym.
Be surprised they're already doing it. Don't be surprised they're already going to the restaurant.
I should be able to walk in the women's restroom or in the gyms, in the women's gyms, in the sauna, or just places where is women at. I should be in a women's jail and be able to impregnate, women. I mean, what you're going against what's the law said, because the law says that I can do this. So guess what? Now you're gonna have people in court for this. And what can you say? Once you let one person, all it takes is for you to let one person do this, right?
Right.
And now it's documented. And now they could say, remember case so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so? You allowed this to happen. So guess what?
Right.
So what I'm saying is, if you're gonna allow it to happen, you cannot complain.
Right. And that's why I left it. Yeah, and that's why I left this up here with what Jeremy said. They call it equality. See, this where the feminists got caught up talking about the equality stuff. See, everybody fell for the okey-doke. Set them up. It's like a setup, really. It's like a setup. So now, guess what? Hey, we equal. We equal. You see where I'm going with this? And that's why I say men or women are not equal. In some parts in a woman's life, there is only a space for woman. In some parts in a man's life, in the world that we live in, there are certain spaces that we have, and we have to respect that. That don't mean that I'm greater than you or you greater than me. Certain spaces I should not be able to invade. Certain spaces that a woman should not be invading to men. And we have to respect that and protect that. But if y'all would keep talking this equality stuff and we all the same, this is what happens. This is what happens. So now I guess I could say I'm a white man to go in the bank and get $1 million loan tomorrow. First thing Monday morning, right? I bet that won't happen. I'm just saying.
And on top of that, it's the thing with men shouldn't hit on women. But right. women fight all the time.
Right.
So now I'm telling you, y'all open up the floodgates for this.
Y'all gonna have to stand up.
It's they're gonna be in so many places where women are at that it's gonna happen to where a transgender is gonna put his hands on a woman out in public. I mean, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Because they want so much to be like women that they're gonna take on those traits of how women. Y'all talk about cat fight. This is gonna be a pit bull and a cat. It ain't gonna be a cat fight. It's a pit bull against a cat. You tell me who's gonna win.
Yeah, Brother Cleve, I don't know, man. I don't know where we're going. My
thing is, I feel bad for women in this situation. I don't feel bad for us men because we're gonna be okay.
We're fine. We're fine.
I don't feel bad for us. We're going to be okay.
Right.
But it's with all of these things that goes towards this. And listen, you can be or say whatever you want to say you are, cool. But don't force it on society to have to agree with this. And then it's so many avenues to where we looking for. We agree with them, when women will agree with them, and then when it backfired, now they run it back to the men who told them, no, this is not going to be good. Now you want us to protect you. Now you want us to, because listen, let's say you out in public, man. Follow me. Let's say you out in public, and I see a transgender jump on a woman. Should I jump in?
That's right.
Should I jump in? Or should I say, let them women figure it out? But right?
Right.
Should I jump in, or should I just say, let them figure it out? Let the woman it's two women fighting.
Right.
Right?
Right.
From what y'all saying. And that transgender is beating the brakes off that woman. So should I jump in? Or should I let it go?
Yeah, I agree. Well, brother, I'm gonna bring this thing to a close. I already told you I had something to take care of. So I got the text. So in closing, man, what you got, brother? Because this really is going. It's going in a direction that it ain't gonna be that nice. But what you got, brother?
I think this is how we handle this. And I mean, it has to be a collective,
civil.
Yes. Response. Ignore them. pay them no attention, because the more attention that we give, the more that we focus on this, the more and more that's what they want. So men, we already don't agree with this. It's not us. It's
Right.
not us. It's a small percentage of us. We just turn the other cheek. But women, y'all, if y'all ask for this, don't come running back to us saying, hey, we need your help. No, because we don't agree. We don't think they should be in the same spaces with y'all. So don't come running to us saying that y'all need our help. Why y'all not protecting us? Because y'all created this. So if we want to change this, y'all have to do it. It's nothing we can do. It's out of our hands. It really is. That's why when I first started, I'm like, this is not my problem. I mean, I have no dog in this fight.
Right.
Yeah, this is women. Daniel, this is all women. Y'all gotta say something.
Yeah.
Because guess what? I don't care if they come with high heels on. I don't care if they come with lipstick on. If they approach me, I see a man.
Right. Period.
And I'm treating you like a man. I don't care what that paperwork say, because I know if I don't, you may beat the brakes off me trying to take you lightly. I mean, for real, you're a man. I don't care what you identify. I don't care what pronoun. You know what pronoun I'm gonna use?
Right. A left hook.
Yeah, a left hook. Bah! What pronoun you identify with?
Look, that's an adjective.
An adjective. Yeah, I'm gonna use an adjective in the verb.
Yeah, man.
And listen, subscribe, like, hit the share button. Jeremy White, appreciate you, bro. Always,
thank you,
always
Jeremy White.
Keep doing your thing. Everybody that subscribed,
thank you, yeah.
Share, like, all that. But
yeah,
listen, I really don't have no dog in the fight. But ladies, this is up to y'all. This really is up to y'all.
And I'm just piggybacking off Cleve. Press that like button. Share this content with somebody. Subscribe. It costs you nothing. It costs 0 cents. Hit that like button. Share this. We talk about real subjects that you don't hear a lot of people talking about, and hey, we want to help this channel grow. So in order to do that, press that like button and subscribe. It costs you nothing. And I'm just going to close on this note. Women have to understand this right here. This wouldn't even be a situation if you guys just speak up. You guys speak up for everything else. You talk about how people holding you back in the corporate world and equal pay and this and that. Keep going. Now this is invading your space. And again, this is not to target the trans community. I don't know any of them, but again, I have respect for anybody. Hell, I got respect for a fly as long as he'll get on my food. But but you have to speak up on that because it's invading your space. And I do personally believe that a woman has certain spaces that also should be hers. And I think a man should have a space that also should be his. And with that being said, since this all snowballing and because everything is almost, as long as Hollywood do it, it's okay type of thing. And my whole thing of it is whatever they do is set the trends, and it kind of navigates, and it shouldn't be that way. That's as backwards as it is. But you have to speak up on protecting yourselves. And in this particular situation, like Brother Cleve said, this is y'all fight. This is y'all fight because you guys didn't say nothing. You guys didn't say nothing. And silence is, it's just guilty. If you see something, you see a crime going on, if you see a woman violated across the street and you don't say that, you kind of just guilty. I'm not saying you got to stop the guy, call now. It's something you can do to kind of help offset the situation. So, we could go longer, but I do have to go somewhere. Again, thanks, Brother Cleve, for coming in, brother. I know you're a busy man. I know you've been doing your thing. Again, like, share, subscribe. On that note, we're out. Peace.
Peace.